Welcome to the Ultimate 2v2 Fundamentals Road to Grand Champion series. In this series I will explain a fundamental rule every couple of episodes and highlight that particular fundamental throughout the gameplay. This series is going to prove a lot of people wrong, and the point I've been trying to make for the past 8 years now, that playing fast does not mean anything. And to prove so, I will be the slowest player in every game. After each match, we will compare the speeds of myself to my peers to prove that I'm the slowest. However, there is more. I have amassed over 1,147 hours of coaching at the time of saying this. And I've made a lot of notes and discovered a lot of things. And I am bringing all of those tips out this summer in my Ultimate Rocket League guide. If you don't want to wait, head over to the link in the description to get your hands on 3 pages for free, which will explain the fundamentals for the first and second man roles. Let's get into today's games. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hope you are well. We are 1100, something like that, 1101. I have been going a bit of back and forth in this rank at the moment, and so I'm just like cutting down the episodes to save space, because I'm sort of trying to do this in one go. So there's a lot of back and forth. The biggest reason is that basically what we've got at this rank is that the first man is going extremely wide, shooting the ball, diving into the corner, causing a 2v1, or they are rotating. And we're getting into the rank now where people have actually got some mechanics. I've seen flip resets, and what's happening is they're forcing themselves to give up the ball and then drive off. And so it's very hard to not go into first man spot as a second man player. It's also becoming increasingly difficult to not have the ball funneled at net. This guy's already in a better position than most players I've seen, but then that's just unnecessary because it hits the ball away from them. That's the issue you've got. It's a lot of unnecessary hits coming in at this rank. I think teammates should have that. Yeah, nice. But again, notice how they crept forward, which makes it hard. So we are having to play first man a bit here. And as they come in, we're just going to hit it around them. And just tap it up. And then we're going to grab that. The majority of this stuff, again, coming in as second man, isn't due to mechanics, which people think it is. It really is due to the second man diving in and being wide. I can tell you for a fact, at least 90% of the goals are coming via that method. That's a great shot. Nice shot. Really good read on that rebound. Again, just passing it down the middle. Everyone is wide and just hitting the ball away from themselves. This is exactly what you expect to happen, and this is like Grand Champ in like GC2. This is where the game is. When people get told about playing fast and no one cares about the fundamentals, you just get basically people cracking the ball away, and it's who can just get the ball on target. Again, wide, so it goes into the middle. I mean, this really is, it makes me laugh that people say you can't have a strategy. The strategy of this is essentially don't double commit, don't overcommit. I'll grab this if we can. There we can. But it's like, just don't overcommit and just defend goal side, which was always the strategy. Like, that was always the fundamental strategy. I'm not sure why that's changed, but we're 2-1 down here. We're just going to take that 50. They did a good job as first man of like coming close, but then not diving. That's exactly what you want to do as first man. There's a dive, and now they've got space. I can't really come in yet. There we go. It's the diving. So it's nerve-wracking when they play first man because, again, they just center the ball and drive off. Yeah, it's getting really difficult. It's surprising. It's lower quality than I thought it would be because there's not much you can do here until they let you go as first man, because the 50s are like terrible because of the push. So whoever's in defense has a difficult time. You're going to have to back off. But I need some movement here. It's very simple as long as you block the inside. Nothing mechanical about this. Literally nothing mechanical at all. I'm just blocking the inside. That's all I'm doing until we can get out there. That's all we're waiting for. Just waiting for a way to get out of the net. Hopefully they turn and shoot. Beautiful. That's much better. Difficult for the opponent to deal with. You can hook it round. Look for some demos. Make it difficult. That's all we need to do. We don't have to overcommit here. Back into the middle if you can. Give them some movement. They're going to go off the wall. And that means that they're going to hit the ball away and have to rotate. Because they're trying way too much. way too much. And now they're defending the corner, which means the ball bounces. If you defend the corner, it goes into the middle. This has to be out of the system by champ. But the good news is, you guys are watching the Red Pill Rocket League right now. You know how easy this game is based on positioning. People will tell you it's about mechanics and stuff, and I've said it over and over again. It's purely a positioning-based game. Every one of these ranks has the mechanics. They all have the mechanics. It's just you need a second man to like not dive in. Hopefully they go for the demo here. They don't need to try and score. The demo would have been a goal. I'm going to grab that. Actually, we don't need to grab that there. Just put them under a bit of pressure here. They're concerned with the boost, so he's on the outside. So we can drive that into that position. We're going to go here. We're not able to create yet. Here it is. Opportunity. Yep. Perfect. Opportunity. They didn't need to rotate my teammate, and they didn't, and they get a goal. Even though they've overcommit here, again, a lot of outside defending. And this is, look at the anger. They say bot. This is my point. People say, oh no, people aren't bothered. They enjoy playing it this way. It's caused more hatred in this game than anything else. This whole playing fast nonsense. He's up, this other guy. I'm going to come here. Cut it in hard. And we're going to stay close. I'm going to up. And I'm going to look for 1 or 2. Didn't get either. That's a shame. Going to have to rotate out. And we're here. And we're here. Just waiting here. Look at the rotate. Look at the space we get given. There. That's a bullet. Is that an own goal again? It was so close to being an own goal. What is going on here? By the way, guys, as I always say every time we get to these ranks, does this look like champ to you? Oh my days. We're just going to take that. My teammate was up, but they come in from a bad position. This why. By the way, you can do this a lot more. You can come in a lot quicker from the inside to do this, but I thought I'd take that one just because. But we're going to report this guy. Who's the one? It's this guy. Is it? Just get these players out again. Into the corner. You just side flip there, guys. Remember the recovery. If we're here, we side flip to get off the wall. Little tip a lot of people don't know. And that's why you have to work on these fundamentals. That's probably game. We've still got the difficulty regarding the loading on backers mod into the match. So yeah, we're sort of just basically doing that at the end. Oh, but by the way, guys, thank you so much for the support. I'm really happy to hear that a lot of you guys are using this strategy and actually having a lot of success with it. So I'm really chuffed that it's helping people. I mean, I knew, you know, before, not to sound arrogant, that this works with the, you know, all the people we've worked with, or I've worked with, I should say, over the years. But I know this stuff works, and I'm really chuffed about that. Gonna wait here. Gonna take our time. There we go. We'll drop a sarcastic thanks. Teammate says great pass. Yeah, exactly, mate. Don't need to, do I? I don't need to when everyone's been told to play fast and they move out of the good positions. So I can just drive it through. So it makes me laugh when they do that. They want you to turn and smash it away from yourself. Again, players are telling me that this is because they don't have the mechanics or something or other. Right, I'll ask you this. What do you think if an RLCS 1, like the RLCS 1 world champion, so 10 year ago world champion, if they played today at their skill level then, what rank would they be? Most players say platinum. I've always said grand champ. A lot of people say I'm wrong. However, Kronovi could easily control the ball back then. So, if this is too much, Kronovi would be grand champ then in today's game, which means that people haven't developed, have they? In 10 years, that would mean that the best players in the world 10 years ago are still grand champ today if they were just at the same skill level. So I'm crushing your reality one way or another. Either you're going to admit that Kronovi is platinum, and that means that the control mechanics I'm doing is absolutely fine, or you say that he's grand champ and we haven't developed any fundamentals. It's entirely up to you. One way or another, you'll see Kronovi scored a goal where they drove forward and then drove backwards perfectly. I don't know many grand champ 2s that can do that sort of ground mechanics. Nice. And I'm watching the second guy there. Sorry, buddy. There we go. going to flick it. There we go. Possibly. Yeah, nice. Not the best from me there. Could have done something a bit better for my teammate. But again, just a quick flick because they're coming from the outside. And they're on the outside there, which means they can't save it. They can't challenge that. If they're on the inside, they could challenge it and block it, but they can't. They can't on that position. We're going to do a front flip and just single jump and then just front flip. I'm looking for a bump there. They were just going to go out of position here. That's all right, no problem. But it was a dive into the corner. That's a great passing play. And we're going to grab this. We're looking down. We're waiting. It's going to be tricky because we are on the outside. So we're just going to sneak into the net here. There we go. Ball's going to come over sooner or later. There it is. Home run, baby. Home run. Touchdown. You just wait there. They dive into the corner. I don't know what the excuse is now. People said this wouldn't work and it's because of X, Y, Z and keeping pressure in the corner, which I've said is wrong and not true for years. But they argued and now we're at champ, which then we're saying, you know, in this early season as well. A lot of these guys have probably been grand champ, if not champ 3. What's the excuse now? Nice. Nice play. Nice save. Notice that my teammate almost scores because both of the defenders are in the corner and wide. People say you can't have a strategy, it's all situational. Those people have never played sports at a high level. Because that must mean that they watch these sports and think it's purely random. And it's not. This is what strategy is, guys. This is what you have statisticians for. This is literally what it's all about. Okay, we're going to move into this place. That's great from them to stand that ball. Really good. And again here. That's a good pass back as well. I'm actually really impressed. So I can move with the ball here. Got to watch out for this demo. So this guy come for this demo, but luckily they go for a flip reset instead of just a normal play. There we go. If you can't do that move there, great, thanks. There we go. I thought they passed it down. If you can't do that there, and you champ 2 div 2, what have you been practicing? GG. Is that 3 wins? I think it was. That was quite a quick game there. Let's see. Are we div 3? Yeah, I don't think we will be. I think it's a little bit difficult, isn't it, for champ? I think it takes a few more games. I could be wrong. Yeah, it does. It takes a few more games, and again, we'll check the stats after.
Hey, if you're trying to rank up in Rocket League, you gotta check out the Pacifist System. Completely changed the way I play the game. Was so frustrated before, not understanding why some games we were winning, some games we were losing. My understanding of the game has just exploded after taking this course. I can't recommend it enough. It's like steroids for game sense.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun doing this series, guys. I really have. And I hope you've been enjoying it too, and I hope you've been learning from this. And I hope this starts to convince your friends. I mean, we'll check the speed stats shortly, but I mean, and listen, this is just aimed at, I know people who say you have to play fast to win. That's why we're doing it. You only have to play fast if you're throwing the ball away and you're trying to catch it up. If you don't throw the ball away and you position well, which is the whole point of this, you don't need that. That's what we've been trying to say. You still get this resistance. It's the strangest thing to me. But we've always had it. They're on the inside here. Got to be careful. But this looks like a good opportunity. We're going to take that 50 just because, I was going to say, the opponent got demoed. So what happened, as soon as my teammate demos this player, it's now their last versus me and I'm the last man. But there are more areas that help me in my half. That's a massive misconception. People think that they've got pressure when they're in your half attacking the net. It's not true. They've actually got more parts of the wall that actually bounce it back in my favor. So you can take that 50 there. Nicely done from the teammate. They did come across. Oh, well played by them. That's brilliant by them. That's my bad. I was going to say they did come across, but they got the 50 to win. Let's have a look here. Nope, that's on me. Good bump from them as well. Really smart bump. They overcommit and got away with it. I should have waited a second longer. That's really bad for me. I can tell you why I pushed there is because it was our first versus their second. So usually that's a win-win. I'm going to take one front flip here. Grab this. We're going to wait for a second. Let them panic and throw the ball back. See this space we've created? We'll do it again. See this space we've created? Okay? Nothing to do with mechanics. Nothing to do with diving into corners. It's called they're going to panic and they're going to try and defend. Everyone does it. Okay? What do you do when the ball's in your corner? You panic. And that's why I'm telling you not to panic, because it doesn't do anything. There's nothing in the corner, but they're going to panic as well. So we don't dive in. We let them hit the ball away from themselves, which is going to create space. Every time they hit the ball forward, they're creating space from the ball to themselves. I don't know what that was. I don't know how I got demoed. That's interesting. Well, I know how I got demoed and how the ball got through. Does everyone get that? Like, if they hit this ball now, see how he hits it away from himself? It's going to be a tough one to pick up. That's no problem. So I don't do that. I let them commit. Here we go. They're committing. Could it be cleaner? Yeah, they're committing. This is fine. Get into net quickly. Okay, wait for it. They're committing. Into this cam. Damn, that's really unfortunate. That goes. A little bit unfortunate again on that 50. Snuck underneath me. One thing we're seeing here is, again, a 2v1. We've got a diving in. This is a problem. They're panicking in defense, which means they're throwing themselves in on 0 boost, and it's a 2v1. We need to be calm in defense. You're fine as long as that ball isn't like, if it's in the sidewall, you're absolutely fine. Okay. So we're here. We don't need to play this forward. We don't want to make a mistake. Now we got this. We're going to do that. See what respect we got. Nice. That's fine. And we cleared the ball with that 50, didn't we? We cleared the ball, and then it was first versus last. It was their last man was the only player. We actually outplayed their opponent. Our opponent, I should say. We've got to go here by taking that 50. Oh, no, teammate. Didn't need to drive forward into me there. There's actually an open net. Okay. Thought they'd take that. That's fine. Great defending. They should have took that. That was theirs to take, really, because they could have shot it faster. Again, the spins into the air rolls into that, not required. And we're here. One. There you go. Leave it for teammate. My bad there. Honestly, expected more from the defender. That's my bad. I should have just let that go in. We're here. And we're here. They're going to panic throw it. Oh dear, teammate's in a real bad position there. Yep. They're wide, which means they pass the ball to the middle. Remember, if you're wide, the ball could only go in the middle. You cannot hit a ball when you're wide, and it stays like... The only thing you could do is get it to stay wide, but pretty much everything else is going to hit the ball to the middle. So I should have just left that to go in with a flick. But notice the panic difference. Again, they panic, flip it out, but my teammate also dives into the corner, creating a stalemate. And we're here. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. They're saying take the shot. I am. We're here. The flick. Man. Oh, wow. What a save. We fake. We get this extra space and we're going to go left. That's inside to outside, and there's our open net. You see the difference? This guy's got some incredible saving skills. But notice, we go inside to outside here because they dive and they panic. And this guy leaves the net, which is my whole point in this whole series. They leave the net when they were in a good position, which allows me to shoot into the space. It's happening over and over and over again. And people keep telling me, Rocket League, it's all situational. It's not. It really is not. And we're here. That's good. Really good. But notice the panic and they go into the corner. Now the net's open. We can come up. You can just tap it. Beautiful. Nice demo. Great pass. Because they're both in the corner because they've panicked. A thing that they told me was situational. That they told me they do because they want to help their teammates get out of defense. And I've said they don't need to because it's not a dangerous position and it always goes into the middle. They told me I'm wrong. Even though it's science, it literally is just logic at this point. Okay, it's obvious. But they still will argue and fight. And we stay on the inside and play outwards. Isn't that interesting? And yet, the point we're making keeps happening over and over again. And the point the opponents keep making, and the people who disagree saying that you need to speed up, blah, 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 never seems to be happening. It's a real weird situation, isn't it? It's the echo chamber of lies from Reddit and from those people who told misinformation. That's the truth. We're not sugarcoating it anymore. And we're here. And we're here. We don't need to push in on this. They say take the shot. We're winning 4-2. You've seen me do this. You've seen me do this again, haven't you? I don't take the shot and I get this freedom of movement and I can just drive it straight in because they're defending the corner. Stop saying take the shot when you know it's like taking candy from a baby, isn't it? Am I mechanical? More mechanical than these champ players? No, I can't flip reset. They are. But I can just dribble it in. So we haven't progressed, have we? The fundamentals from 10 years ago what I've been saying is completely true though, isn't it? Because I'm just driving the ball into the net. Hopefully you can see this, guys. I mean, I don't think I was mechanical. Maybe I did I'm doing the flicks there. But it's all positional based. Everyone at this rank, every player at this rank has the mechanics to get to Grand Champ. It is purely a strategy point at this point. It is just waiting in the middle and knowing that those balls will inevitably come to the middle. Every time we're scoring, it's because players are wide. Every time we're scoring, it's because players are flipping into things that have zero danger. They're defending the corner on the outside and funneling it towards their net. Some would say it's obvious, some wouldn't. Okay, that's up for you to decide. Oh wow, look at this. We were both quite slow here. 46. I feel like maybe people will allow me to be fast for one game in that situation. Percent behind the ball, fantastic. Just like we love to see. And here's the other game. Movement, 50 dead. Again, the slowest player. And positioning as well behind the ball. 91. Wow. Okay, good stuff. Really, really decent stuff there, guys. I hope you agree. But no, really appreciate the support on this series, guys. It's been a lot of fun so far. We are almost getting to Champ 2. I can't wait. Thank you so much for the support. Look after yourself and peace out. Peace, peace. Here we go into another marbles race, the weekly marbles race. The winner of this, of course, guys, gets the replay analysis. I'm looking forward to it. Here we go. All the members of Patreon are here and they are in the race. Yes, like I say, the winner will get a free replay analysis. Just send it to me after. And of course, a copy of the book when the book comes out. And we got a cool one today. This is the Marble Diner. And whoa, look at it. I don't know if it's a big race. I don't know if it isn't. But look at these. These are cool. And Connor is through first. Paranoobs has been doing quite well on this. Matt P. Raoul. No, that's Paul. Sorry. One letter difference. And it's a completely different word. We're going to move through here. They've got the food. Look at the marbles having a good time. Look at those lovely marbles. Connor, though, in the lead. I don't think Connor's coming out of the lead here. Matt P is dropping to 5th. Alderos is making his way up to 3rd. Alderos seems to be flying. What the heck? Whoa, they're being speed with Paranoobs. Oh, no. Took a speed burst somewhere. I'm not sure where that was. Connor, slow and steady, wins the race, they say. He's going to, sorry about the camera work here, guys. Going into the tunnel. We got to see what's going on in this tunnel. We can't really. He's going to let us in. Oh, my God. The smoke. Oh, my God. He's bouncing around. Getting here out. And again, we have Tile and IYUA, which is Ray. I've got to change that, actually. Ray able to push forward again. Tile did well last time, as did Ray, winning Alderos and Connor, Mark and Psycho. I tell you what, it's the usual suspects. They seem to always do well. Space Monkey in the middle. SV Tropic sort of towards the back with Timar and Aiden C. Tile now in the lead. Gets... Wow. Look at this. They're hitting it. What is it? Whoa. God, I need to work on these buttons. They hit that. They can hit either side by the looks of it. They're all going for that side, though. Yeah, everyone's falling for that side. And in the lead right now, we've got no way. Is he going to do it again? It is a Ray versus Tile right at the front. Connor coming in. Connor's been consistent all race. Whoa! Ray just got hit back out. This could be a chance. Connor, what have they got to do here? They've got to fall through the gaps. And Mark is the first one. And Mark's going to do it right at the end. I didn't realize it was that close. Well done, Mark. He's going to win the replay analysis. And Ray's in second. Psycho, Tile. Oh, my days. Mikael. Tragedy plus time. Aiden C. Eric T. Graham. And James here taking the dubs and the points. And I've got to say, you got to like Ray's chances here. He had 1 last week. He came second this week. That is a lot of points. That's 19 points in 2 weeks. Christ, I can barely talk. But look at that as the marbles come in. And what a beautiful map that was, the diner. I don't think anyone really took that opposite side out. We got a few on the opposite side here. It looks slower, doesn't it? Michael Z, Aiden C. And it's a maze, so it is more difficult. They got to navigate the maze, which ends up sticking them, and they only drop in there. So yeah, definitely wanting to go to that side. And here comes the Wall of Doom. Oh, and it takes them out. And Aiden C might just make it. Yes, he does. Well, really, GG's today, guys. Let's have a look at the score. And next time I'll try and get that Excel spreadsheet up, actually. That would probably help people know where they are. But right now, I can confirm that Ray is in the lead with the most points. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Mark, reach out to me. Get that free play analysis, buddy. And free play analysis, wow. Free replay analysis. There you go. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks again for the support. Look after yourself. And peace out. Peace, peace.